It's been hot, hot, hot. G'day to all you lovely people and welcome back to my channel. I'm Kathy and today I thought I would tell you what I got up to in January in Melbourne, Australia. Okay, it has been hot. It has been such a glorious month for weather anyway. It has been warm and sunny and just gorgeous. Very unlike Melbourne. Melbourne is actually known as having 4 seasons in one day, and that is no exaggeration. But it has been consistently warm for over a month now. Today is the first day it has been under 30 degrees Celsius. Every other day it's been over 30, up to 39, which I think for you guys who use Fahrenheit, that's around 90 and higher. It has in fact even been a little too warm at times. I've been forced inside several times because it just got too hot. But I am not complaining. After the horrible spring we had, it is nice to have sunny, beautiful weather. Except for today. Yeah, the day I decided to record, it is gloomy and cool. But I'm not complaining. It's also been extremely humid, so my plants are going crazy, indoors and out. They are just loving this weather. I can't get over how much growth they're putting on. And I put that a lot to the humidity, which has been a little unbearable for us, but not for the plants. So that is what the weather has been like. Melbourne has been very quiet actually in January. Whenever I go out and about, I just don't see a lot of people. I think that is partly due to Omicron, which has really been raging throughout the country. A lot of people are catching COVID, a lot of people I know actually, and it seems like none of us are going to escape it. I don't know. There have been some issues regarding rapid antigen tests. I'm not going to go into it too much except to say that, yep, our government has messed up yet again. What can I say, right? This is just the government we have. Anyway, I did get my booster shot a week ago, actually a week and a half ago. And it just exhausted me. And actually this time, my arm was really sore. I didn't feel as sick as I did after the second shot, but I was just really, really tired. And honestly, all I did was sleep. Well, that's how it felt to me anyway. I even had to reschedule a lunch I was going to go to with all my female cousins, which is disappointing, but we've rescheduled, so I should see them next week. What else has been happening? Oh, should I even go into Djokovic and the Australian Open? What a mess our government made of it. But so did he. He actually lied on his application form and everyone's treating him like a martyr. He knew very well what the rules are for Australia, but some people just feel that the rules don't apply to them. I feel that our government really messed up, but on the other hand, I also don't feel that just because you're famous, you should get special treatment. Yeah, that bothers me no end. So many people who have been trying to come back to Australia can't because of the strict rules we have, which are a mess anyway, and yet they allowed him in. Why? Because he will bring money to the country. Yeah, that's not a good enough reason for me. He should be treated just like everyone else. But that is all I'm going to say, except please don't blame us for what our governments do because they're idiots. Oh, of course, the tennis has been a big deal. I generally don't go to the tennis. I used to follow it a lot when I was young, but not anymore. But even though the tennis is on and it's usually a big tourist attraction, mind you, I haven't spent a lot of time in the city, I've noticed that the streets are just really quiet. It seems that people are putting themselves into voluntary lockdown because everyone's afraid of catching COVID. It's spreading so fast. It's not necessarily a bad thing, I don't think. I'm certainly being cautious. I'm not spending a lot of time indoors in places with lots of people. I think there is only so much we can do to protect ourselves. We can't avoid seeing everyone, but we don't have to take risks anyway. Enough about that. What else has been going on? Oh, I have been getting a lot of handymen in to get quotes for different things. I washed my curtains not that long ago and 2 of them tore, so I've been getting quotes for whether to get electric blinds or plantation shutters, which I've always loved. They remind me so much of those films from the 30s and 40s, those old plantations and these amazing shutters. I really love them, but man, are they expensive. I was shocked. I have an average size window and they were quoting me over $1,500, which I thought, wow, that's just one window. So I haven't decided if I'm going down that road yet. I also decided I cannot take my split system air conditioner anymore. It has actually gotten so loud now that every time I sit outside, I can't enjoy my garden because all I can hear is this thing just working, even though it is switched off. So I have been getting some quotes for replacing my split system. I was actually intending to do it in autumn because it isn't strong enough for this room. I have a large open plan room here and it's never been strong enough. Really, it's the wrong sized unit for the space I have here. But after getting so frustrated with the noise, I thought, fine, let's see if I can replace it. Now, sometimes there are some specials. Wow, okay. I've had several quotes now, and honestly, they're shameless. These plumbers, electricians, whoever they are, I don't even know and I really don't care. They have been ripping us off with installing these split systems. Now, I don't know if you guys know what split systems are. Perhaps they're called something differently overseas. They're a unit that can cool and heat your house. I don't have any other heaters, so I rely on that for heating as well as cooling. And they're slim and narrow, and they sit in the center of a wall somewhere. And there's also a unit at the back. Ever since they've been introduced into Australia, which is, I don't know how many years now, the cost for installing them is ridiculous. It's like $700 and more. And when I had somebody come here just on Monday, actually, he quoted me so much, I was like shocked. I thought, what? Now, I did my research, I always do, and I know the units cost anywhere between $1,300 and $1,600, depending on the unit. He wanted $3,400. Yeah, basically almost $2,000 to install it. So I asked him, I said, well, how long does it take? I know very well how long it takes. I've had another one installed in the past. But I said, what? Does it take a day? Does it take 2 days? He said, oh no, it only takes half a day. And I said, really? And you want $1,500 for half a day's work? I'm sorry, but that's outrageous. I cannot believe they get away with it. And yet they do, because they all charge very similar prices. It's not like you can get it done cheaper. And really, there is no justification for it. Now, I'm sure that the installers will argue otherwise, but I did ask him. I said, explain to me just why it is so high. And honestly, he had no explanation. He was like, well, we have to do this and we have to do that. And I said, but that's part of the job anyway. Yeah, I just don't understand why we accept these exorbitant prices. I'm sorry, but I don't think $1,500 for half a day's work is reasonable. I wish we would all stand up and say, no, we won't pay that amount. But it won't happen. No. So, yeah, I'm at this point that I honestly don't even want to do it, though I need to replace it at some point. Yeah, if I could do it myself, I would, but unfortunately I can't. So that has been a bit of excitement this last week. I'm also getting some work done in my garden. My sprinkler system isn't working very well, so I've got somebody coming next week to repair it and make sure that it works properly. So that's been keeping me busy. It seems like every day I've got somebody coming over or I have to ring somebody. It's not my favorite thing, but necessary sometimes, right? What can you do? What else have I been doing? I've been seeing friends and family. I've been catching up with people that I haven't seen for a while because of lockdown. So that has been really lovely. Yeah, hopefully we're back into some kind of normality, even though, as I said, people are not going out as much as they used to. I spent a lot of time outside on my deck, of course. I've been walking my dog every day, which I've just loved, and so has she. Even though she is elderly, she never says no to a walk. I am still obsessed with these word puzzle games. Oh my God, I'm so addicted. Yeah, every time I'm sitting around waiting for one of these tradies to come along, I just sit and play. It's a lot of fun. And I don't know if this was smart or not, but I joined a team because it helps you accumulate coins so you can purchase letters when you can't figure out a word. And of course, you know, I've got to help the team now win, so I keep playing obsessively. But it's fun. I'm actually really enjoying it. It keeps me busy, I guess. I have been watching a little bit of TV, not a lot. No YouTube. Yeah, I still can't bring myself to watch a lot of YouTube. Mind you, I'm not one of these people who watches TV during the day. It's only in the evenings. And since I'm not knitting, I'm not really interested in watching. I'm either playing this word puzzle game or I'm reading. But I have watched a few things here and there. I have started watching the show Killing Eve. It stars Sandra Oh, who I love. She plays an analyst in MI5, now maybe MI6, I can't remember, who is tracking an assassin, a female assassin. And they have this bizarre, strange relationship, this, I don't know what to call it, this almost repellent attraction to each other. It is actually really well done. The two leads in particular are fantastic. I can't remember the name of the other woman who plays the assassin, but Sandra Oh, yeah, she's just marvelous. I just finished season 1, so I haven't seen all of it yet. I think the final season is coming out this year, which I'm grateful for because I definitely prefer to watch it all together. And I'm not watching it all the time. It's really when I need a break from other things. Like playing this word puzzle game. I also finished Bates Motel finally. I had the final season. I've been trying to finish off some of those shows that I have watched previous seasons, but never finished the final ones. And that is another one that I finished. I liked it. Oh, in case I haven't mentioned it, Bates Motel is of course about Norman Bates from Psycho, the original film by Hitchcock. Vera Farmiga. I know I got that wrong. I can never pronounce her name. She is fantastic in it, but boy, did I loathe her character. Yeah, it didn't matter how tragic her backstory was. She was just such a horrific human being. So what a surprise that Norman turned out the way he did. The actor who played Norman, and I cannot remember his name now, he was excellent as well. In fact, all the acting was excellent. It was an interesting take on this very well-known story. And I really enjoyed it. I actually really liked the ending too, in particular. But I'm not going to say it is one I'll watch again. I think once was enough for me. Worth watching though if you haven't seen it and you like an insight into the psyche of someone like Norman Bates. Oh, and of course I watched The Wheel of Time. You probably would have noticed because I've already brought out a couple of videos on it. Oh, yeah, I didn't love it. No, and I so want to love it. Being based on my favourite fantasy series, of course I want to love it. So far, I'm not that impressed. No, it's worth watching, but I think for fans of the books, it will be a little bit disappointing, if not a lot disappointing. I've been getting a lot of comments on my review video indicating that a lot of people really hate it. And it seems it's actually more male readers rather than female readers, or that's just what I've observed just on the comments that I've got. Still, there's such great potential. The story is fabulous, fantastic, so detailed. I really want to see what they're going to do with it in the future. And I'm really hoping they'll get it right in the future. Let's hope anyway. Really, what I've been doing the most of course, is reading. And all I've been reading is The Witcher. Yeah, I'm determined to finish it. I want to watch the TV show because I heard the second season is out and I'm dying to watch it. But I want to finish the books first. I'm on the final book. I'm about a third of the way in, so I should finish it very, very soon. And then I can't wait to see the show. I've heard such good things about it. And having now been so immersed in this story, in this world, I want to see how they've translated it into a television series. It took me a little bit of time to get back into it because I started with the prequels, which 2 of the books were short stories and one was a one-off novel, which introduces the character of Geralt, the Witcher himself, and a few of the other characters. But the actual books themselves, I am really enjoying the overall story. And I'm dying to find out how it's going to finish because I have been trying to predict it and I really can't. I am going to review the books, I've decided, not individually, the whole series I think, so I'm not going to go into further detail. But that is all I've been reading because I was so keen to finish it. Because it was so hot and very, very humid, so it's very draining. And on top of which, I was so tired after the booster, I haven't read as much as I would have liked this month. I shouldn't complain really, I think I've read 6.5 books. It's not that few, really. Regardless, I didn't get to read a classic, which means in February I'm going to read 2 to make up for this month. I'm just determined to finish the Witcher series. My problem is I'm not sure what to read next. So I'm like, oh, I don't want to finish it, and yet I do. I don't know if other people are like that, but when I finish a long series, and this one isn't, I guess, that long. I think it's 8 books altogether with the prequels. Then it's like, oh, what am I going to read next? I need to know what I'm going to read next, and I haven't decided yet. I think, though, I want to read at least a few of the Discworld books. That's my aim. But who knows? Depends what I get into the mood for after I finish the Witcher series. Honestly, that really has been the thing I've been doing the most, is reading the Witcher books. Of course, I've been editing. I haven't recorded a lot of videos this month, or past month, I should say. But the truth is, I have several, even though some of them are recorded months and months ago. Yeah, so that has kept me a little bit busy when I've been forced inside because it's too hot to spend time outside. I have been doing a bit of editing here and there. And of course, then there is my plants. Yes, let's talk about plants. Okay. Now, I think I've reached the point that I don't even notice when plants die anymore. Or I can't remember them. Maybe I don't want to remember. What can you do, right? They die. They shouldn't. This is perfect growing season. It's warm, it's humid, the conditions are ideal, and yet some of my plants are still dying. It's quite sad, but I have reached the point I just don't care anymore. If they're going to die, let them die. I'm not going to stress about it. Or maybe it's just this month. I haven't wanted to stress about it. I lost my Calathea crocus, the little one that I think I showed you last month that started deteriorating for no reason. Well, it eventually died, and I wasn't even willing to try to resurrect it. I kept it for a couple of weeks, but it looked so sad. It was down to a stump, nothing was growing, so I have thrown that out. Yeah, I think my Illustrious is going to die as well. I'm not seeing any new growth, so that one is most likely going to go as well. There's always something, isn't there? Thankfully, God, and I don't want to jinx myself, I haven't found any pests this month. That doesn't mean there aren't any, I just haven't noticed them. I did buy a replacement calathea, the rattlesnake calathea. Just a small little plant. Because I knew the crocus was going to die and I thought, fine. I have been doing that. I'm not buying extra plants. I'm not interested. Well, I am. I go and look and then I'm like, no, I really don't want any more. I have more than enough. And I really do feel that. I've also given away several plants. I gave away my chain of hearts to my best friend. She's always loved it. I am not loving it so much, so I did give it to her. And then I was like, oh, I don't know if I want to because I've had this plant for 2 years, but I know she'll love it. I also gave away a lot of cuttings of coleuses. They're growing like crazy for me. So I've been giving them to anyone who wants one. I also finally gave my cousin the baby Monstera adansonii that I grew from cuttings from my plant. So I'm glad that actually I have a few less. It's not even making me want to get more because I really do feel I have enough. I have 3 or 4 currently outside. So the empty spaces I see, I'm trying to ignore. I don't know about you, but when I see an empty space or an empty pot, I think, oh, I need a plant for there. But really, these plants I've put outside for spring and summer, they will be coming back in later on when it gets cold. So I don't need more plants and then worrying about where I'm going to fit them. We restaked my Monstera just the other day, actually. I had 2 tall stakes and 1 short one, which I had to replace so that they're more even and we can tie her up a bit better. I think she looks fantastic right now, but she's getting so big. I'm starting to worry where I'm going to put her when she outgrows this space because she looks like she is. I don't care, she's beautiful. Yeah, she can have the whole house. Yeah, I really don't care. Now I wanted to show you 3 plants that are just doing so well. The first is my Homelamina Maggie. Oh my goodness. Yeah, you can probably see a bit of her behind me, but I'll give you better footage of it. She's just killing it. She is such a happy plant and she looks gorgeous. I'm so happy that she survived winter so well, and now with the warm weather and the humidity, she is just putting out new leaves all the time. I love this plant so much, and man is she easy. She starts drooping. Yeah, her long stems start drooping down and it tells you she wants a water. She's just gorgeous and so easy. Well, I have found her easy anyway. And the second one I want to show you is my Stramanthe sanguinei triistar, I think it is. It used to sit behind me. You could often see it in my videos. She struggled last year. She brought out some new leaves and then they died. And she just looked a little bare. And I moved her. I showed you that, I think, in the houseplant tour. She's now sitting in my bedroom. And oh, wow. Yeah, she is loving this spot. She cannot stop putting out leaves. So I am loving her. She was looking so, not pathetic, just not very happy, that I thought perhaps I might lose her. So I'm really happy she's doing so well. Isn't she beautiful? Look at these amazing leaves. I love the colouring on her. Despite the fact that it is pink and I do not like pink, I have to say her leaves are beautiful. The next one I want to talk about is my Philodendron glorious. She is doing so well. She's put out 2 new leaves in my care, so I am ecstatic. I haven't killed her. Yeah, she cost enough, right? So I would have been gutted if I had killed her. But so far she's doing brilliantly. 1 leaf has completely unfurled and the other one is in the process. I'm trying not to help it along, though I really want to. She's in a tiny little pot, so I am considering repotting her, but only if I see that she needs a bit more space. But so far she's just looking beautiful. And I've moved her, I've put her on my desk, so now I get to see her all the time. And now I'm going to talk briefly about my garden. I think I have wombats. Yeah, wombats are walking along our fence line. That's what my neighbour told me. She's actually seen them, and they have been sitting on top of my plants and breaking stems and nearly killing some of my plants. I had this beautiful pot of coleuses, I think 4 different varieties, and they had grown big and bushy because I gave them lots of room and they were getting lots of sun outside. And then I found all these broken stems one day and I was like, oh no, nearly killed this entire plant. But plants are hardy, right? It is bouncing back, but now it looks a little bare, unfortunately. And the other is, and this just happened this morning actually, my beautiful purple fountain grass, which is starting to just look beautiful. It is definitely one of my favorite plants. It was all squished. Again, something big and heavy sat on it. That's what it looks like. Now it's possible it was my cat, though she is a very light cat. She is tiny actually. She looks still like a kitten, though she isn't. She's the devil. She really is actually, but I don't think it was her. I do think it might have been possums. I do sometimes hear them, even when my pets are inside. My cat, yeah, okay, I have to share this. Yesterday, it was pouring non-stop. It was the first day it has rained, I think, that heavily in months. It was just so wet outside, and I have a prima donna of a cat, a princess, who does not like getting her paws wet. So she comes inside and searches where she can pee inside the house, even though she knows she's not allowed. She always goes into the spare room or in my bedroom. So I had to chase her out yesterday. And I had to lock her and Remy, my dog, in the laundry because I knew if I left her in here, she would go and pee. She is such a princess, honestly. I don't know why I put up with her, except that she is, okay, the most adorable thing when she is in one of those great moods where she'll just sleep in your lap all night. Yeah, I do love that. She's extremely affectionate, not just to me, but also to my dog. They're always sleeping together. But when she does this, and every time it rains, every time it rains, I'm too good to get my paws wet, thank you. Yeah, I don't know if you guys have issues with that. I have tried everything under the sun to persuade her not to pee indoors. Nothing has helped. She is the only cat I've ever had who's had issues with this, with doing her business outside or even in a kiddie litter tray. I have never had that issue with any other cat. She is lucky she's cute. She really is. Anyway, okay, I think I've rambled on enough. I hope you guys found some of the stuff I said entertaining or interesting. And now you know, I want to hear what you guys got up to in January. Was it a good month? Was it a boring month? I know some of you, quite a few of you, are in the Northern Hemisphere, so you've been going through winter. The way I see it is, once you're in the middle, okay, you're closer to spring than you are to, autumn or fall. And you can let me know down in the comments, or you can contact me on Instagram. Thank you all so very much for hanging out with me. I really do appreciate it. And if you like this video, you can do the usual. You can like, comment and subscribe if you haven't already. I hope you all have a beautiful day and I will see you next time. Bye.